Hi creators, I'm Allie. Today in Paint Your Emotions, we are focusing on the emotion surprise. And before we delve deep into it, I suggest we get a glass of water, cup of water. Don't mind getting dirty, messed up. And then a palette with some colors on it. Today I'm focusing on the colors of the rainbow. Colors of the rainbow, we have red, we have orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and a violet color. Now you can do whatever kind of color within those colors you'd like. So for the violet, I've chosen to do like a darker purple and also a lighter purple. And then for when I go ahead and start to paint the red, I also have like a shade of a lighter, maybe a pinkish red color. So find out what works for you, and we can get a little bit clearer about that soon. You'll also need some paintbrushes and a piece of paper towel or a couple of those. And last but not least, I am doing something really different today, taking a piece of black paper. It can be a mixed media piece of black paper. If you have that at home, wonderful. If you have, it could be any surface. So if you want to use a piece of white color paper, go ahead and do that. Acrylic-based paper, canvas is fine, Bristol board is fine, whatever you have around. And then when you're ready, we'll start in a simple meditation and get to the painting soon. So I suggest we draw our hands to our heart space, stacking one palm over the other palm over the heart. And in this meditation, if you'd rather just listen, let the words wash over you, feel free to do that. Same with the art exercise, art experience. You can just watch. If you'd like to partake in the exercise, the whole exercise, come back with your hands to your heart space, closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And thinking about, in this easy seated position, lengthening through your spine. In this moment of stillness, start to notice the natural things, the basic parts of you, like your heartbeat and your breath. Notice if there's any tension throughout the body, any places that might deserve some attention. And through that tension, let's see if we can bring about a sense of softening. A gentle but powerful softening to the area or areas within your body. And after taking this moment of stillness, let's now begin to envision a surprise. A moment when all of a sudden there is this disruption within the natural rhythm that you're going through in life. The rhythm of your life, the rhythm of your body, the rhythm of your spirit, the rhythm of your mind. There's a disruption. And in that, a surprise is something unexpected. Whether it's bad or whether it's good, it's a disruption. It's something unexpected. So you might think of your natural rhythm as that blank surface. So whatever surface you have, whether it be black or white, maybe it's a different color altogether. Envision that color. See it through your mind's eye, your imagination. A blank canvas, so to speak. then all of a sudden, there's this starburst of a surprise. And from that, what colors arise? What colors come to mind? A rainbow of colors for a starburst? Or perhaps it's a single color, or a set of 3. And then pausing in that disruption, that moment of seizing, of stopping. Allow for those colors to expand from a place where they're all joined together, coming to be tight-knit, really, really getting close, getting to know each other in a sort of fist-like gesture. And from that place, they begin to expand, drawing outside, extending, and then taking up that base surface, all sides of that clean slate canvas. And now that moment of just one color is transitioned to a moment of a ton of colors, or a different color, or a set of 3, or however many you'd like. Notice how that makes you feel, that shift, that transformation. And as we incorporate the breath, let's take in the first solid color, whether it be black, white, or another. Take it in, imagining the surface that is in front of you. Take it in through the inhale. Let it be expressed within the body, embodied. And then as you exhale, bring about that starburst energy, where you have that transition of another color or a set of 3 or more colors coming out through that exhale. So here we have the body creating this creative piece. Big breath in, into that solid foundation, the flow, and then honoring, receiving, acknowledging the disruption, and exhale into the burst of colors or color. Doing that one more time, big breath in, acknowledging the moment before, and then big breath out, acknowledging the present and the moment after. Okay, let's start to twinkle our eyes open. Welcome back, everyone. And we'll really let that come to be in front of us. So starting with this black. Now, I'm going to take my big paintbrush. You can use whatever paintbrush you'd like, and start with a red color. And starting from, since it's a surprise, not the middle, I'm going to do like an unexpected place. So for this moment, and feel free to follow me and to do it with me, close your eyes again or soften your gaze. Really soften so that your eyes are pretty much all the way closed, if you feel comfortable doing so. And then wherever your paintbrush goes, just let your hand feel into it. Wherever it goes, stop and put it down. Open your eyes. There it is. Okay, that's where I'm starting. at unexpected surprise. Now from that place, I'm going to make a line, so creating that starburst energy and making my line a bit thicker with more paint. And coming off of the page. And I suggest at home, if you don't have a surface underneath this surface, make sure you just pause and make that, make your environment welcoming by providing that for you, for yourself, so that you can get messy. Part of art is just learning how to get messy and being comfortable with that. Okay, from this place of that starburst energy, I'm going to just rinse off my paintbrush and now go to my orange and just connect it. Ooh, look at that vibrant orange right up against that red. Okay, and then from there, going to my yellow. It's just getting lighter. And if it wants to blend a little bit, you might let it blend. Oops. Not to worry when that happens, which it does. And just go over it again. Okay. And then from that place, going to my green. Got this earthy green. If you start to get frustrated, you might just take a moment and remind yourself why you started this experience in the first place. I find it to be helpful to come back to that. And if my jaw starts to clench, or if there's anything within me, maybe my breath is starting to be held, a tightening, a tension can show up in the body, and then maybe even in the mind with certain thoughts. So take a moment. You might draw your hand to your heart. You might even close your eyes or soften your gaze and just take a big breath in. So we could do that together if you'd like. Big breath out. Reset, opening the eyes again, seeing what's in front of you, maybe with new lens, and continuing. And then just breathe into your brush strokes. Taking a big breath and a big exhale. It's like the breath is coming through the paint, but it's coming through the body into the brush onto your paper. Okay. I also love looking at my paper towel to see what kind of unexpected, there we go, you could say mess that I'm making. But I look at this and I'm like, oh wow, that's like a masterpiece in its own way. All right. From this place, I can go to, let's see, the standard blue color. I'm going to shift to this bluish green color and then connect it to my green. You might think of this color as like the color of the ocean. And now going to my dark blue. And through this unexpected disruption, good or bad, it's a moment when we can just notice it, and then through the ebb and the flow of life and being human, we may just find the flow, that natural flow. And ride the wave, that wave of life. Okay. And then next is an indigo color. So coming into this pretty combination of that blue here, a little bit of purple. Mine is looking a bit more purpley, but here I'm going to combine the purple and the blue to just mix it on my paper, and then I get that indigo. Oh, yes. Okay. And now from there, adding a little more of that purpley color. And getting into my light purple. I'm gonna really let my brush be rinsed off for this one. When I get into the lighter colors, I want it to be as rinsed off as possible. There may be still a little bit of the paint on there. And then go to the end of the page. Ooh. I love seeing a rainbow of colors, just something so soothing about seeing all these colors together. Okay. And from there, I'll add my pink on the other side to my red, making my own version of the rainbow. This salmon-y pink. And it's very, very bright, so now I'm going to take advantage of just blending the red with this color here to make a brand new color in between. A little more of this to the side so it goes all the way over. And then come back to my red. And my pink and my red. And then even that all out. A starburst of energy. Make my red a little more prominent. Coming back to that there. It's peeking out. And you know, this really is like a representation of that unexpected surprise, because here, I didn't know that I was going to start on this side and then create this. I didn't know, I saw the colors on my palette, but I didn't know what they would look like. I had no idea that this would be well, I'm not yet done, but the process of creating. And it's just giving me such a sense of peace. And I hope that by either watching or listening or doing it with me, maybe it's bringing you a sense of peace, even in a little micro way. I'm going to come back to the yellow and just go over this side. Some of it's not yet dry, and that's okay. There we go. And then, let's connect it all. I'll add a little water and connect these areas here. Really creating the starburst sensation. And see what color comes from that. It's like a flower. I'm gonna just put it out a little more. Wanting to put something here on this side, seeing what happens, not being attached to, you know, anything that says no. Anything that says, oh, that's not correct. Because in art, you can just let it be. And say yes to your process, what shows up in the present. You losing that sense of time and space, perhaps, to really dive deep into that. Now I have this side mirroring that side, but it doesn't look exactly the same. And for this exercise, I just let myself improvise. I let myself experiment. And trusting in the process of what shows up. Ooh. Yeah. So take your time if you're still working. And when you come to a place when you're like, okay, I'm done. Like I just had this look and I thought, ooh, yes. And if some mistake happens with, it's like a little happy accident. For me, it was a little water drip. I just went over it again. And now my green is a bit more noticeable. Ooh, I love that. Okay. And we'll come back together again. Recalling that meditation that we did. Let's draw our hands back to our heart space. With the palms, you might just switch it up, the other palm over the heart first. Take a moment to lengthen your spine, to find that lift. Closing your eyes or softening your gaze, come back to your natural breath, your natural heartbeat, and the natural rhythm of who you are. honoring, receiving, acknowledging through compassionate lens the disruptions in life, the surprises, good or bad, and letting the mind-body-spirit connection come together and go with the flow. Surrender to the flow. So let's take 3 breaths in honor of that. Big breath in. Let it go. Thinking about the breath, just resetting the system. Big breath. And before we do one more breath together, think about the blank surface. It's hard to imagine now after all this color. And now think about what it is that you created. The result of the starburst, that unexpected surprise. Taking a big breath in through the surface color. And now let's open our eyes, see what we have, and exhale into it. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining me, and have a beautiful, beautiful next moment in your life, honoring that natural rhythm, the unexpected moments, and I hope to see you again. Bye, creators.